All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the WNHL 95. This is your host, Ultra Magnus, and this week's edition of the Dark Side of 95, we have the GM, the owner, the backhand master of cross creases, the Sunnyvale Shithawks owner, McCline. How's it going? Come again?
How you all doing?
Doing good enough, and then you can say a little speech out to anybody, or a shout out, or a curse, or even call out a douchebag who's not playing his games.
Well, if we call out anybody, it's always the Pittsburgh douchebags, so we'll call them both out. Nick and Puss.
Nick,
As much as we love them, we hate them.
yeah. So the yins or yinzas or whatever they want to call them.
Exactly.
So McCline, the one thing I wanted, the few questions to ask you, what drew you to NHL 95?
When I was a kid, we played Madden and NHL all the time. And to be honest with you, I think I played the NHLs all the way up probably till like the first PlayStation. I was thinking about it today. I think the last one I really played was when I was in like 1999 or 2000. And, you know, we used to play 7-game series with that and drink all night. But we didn't just stay on 95. And then when my buddy next door broke out 95 in like 2013, I was over his house for a party. I was like, wait, we all still got this? Let's fucking play this shit. And so that's how we started doing that shit.
Fair enough. What was your team that you used all the time with the original 95?
When I was growing up. So I remember actually with 93, I actually made my own schedule and played through and kept my stats and everything like that. So by the time I got to 95 and when it kept all that shit, it was like unfucking believable. It was the fucking greatest thing on earth that actually kept the stats. That like blew my mind. But, of course, I'm one of those people so I'm from Philadelphia, so I would have played with the Flyers all the time. And especially just because Lindros was unbelievable. So, well, it's hard to get the team once I would play with them. But I love playing with Detroit, too.
Oh, that was good. So, of all the games that you've played, what makes NHL 95 so unique to you?
Well, we tried other things. I just think it's because you have so much more control the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, in Madden, there's even points where you don't really have any control of what's happening in the play. Whereas in NHL, you're controlling every second, basically, because you're on a guy. And you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I think the whole game, you have to stay involved, or else you give up a goal and you're fucked. You have to be concentrating. It's like, that's why I like it, I think, because it demands your attention.
Yeah, it's more like a lot of the 94 guys bash it. They have their reasons. And
I have my reasons of 94 too. It's way too cartoony. Like that, just the puck flip alone.
Hey, you ever notice like the puck drop alone, where the referee is like I don't know, Ezekiel, not what is his name, Xerxes from the movie 300, and everybody else is a Roman or a Greek. They're so small on the screen. You're like, well, why did the referee have to be that big? Why can't he just be the same size as the players? And then you don't see him on the ice. For some reason, he disappears. Well, it happens in 95 too. But whatever.
Look, I get it. 94 is a good game, but I appreciate 95 so much more.
I think the main reason why I fell in with love with 95 is once they started having the season mode, I was just like, oh, okay, this is great. Then they had the awards. Like, me and my brother, we used to beat the shit out of that game. I think we went through 3 cartridges.
Oh, dude, I agree, man. I have a younger brother, 2 years younger than me. He gave me my first bloody nose. He would beat Calgary and I would beat Detroit.
Why isn't he in the league?
What's that?
Why isn't he in the league?
Because he's got 5 kids. He's a little busy.
Oh, okay. He's a little busy. He's busy setting up franchises.
Yeah.
There you go. So fill in the blanks on this question. A first round matchup with blank would give you blank.
Well, obviously, a first round matchup with Taipei would give me revenge.
Okay, that's a good one. And if I had one, it would be a first round matchup with you, so I could beat you.
So you would get revenge too.
Revenge, yeah. But I would just say, like, if there's other guys in there, I think it would come down to I think they would all come down to revenge. When you really think about it, I think if some of the newer guys, if they said, "Hey, if I had a first round matchup, fuck, I'd be happy." So I really don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys. I mean, of course, Tagathon. Yeah, I just have so much trouble with him for some reason. So I got to figure him out. He's one of the ones I just have trouble figuring out. I play well with King Wrath and Sean, but fucking Tagathon, man, he pisses me the fuck off.
It's his fucking toes. You have toes on your mind.
It's a distraction. It definitely is. It's his damn host. His host sucks balls too.
Well, he's got goats and he's got toes and he's got totes my goats.
He sets a trap. That's what it is.
And I think so. He's probably the New Jersey Devils of WNHL 95.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
So here's another one. If you had some predictions to make for the Bruley Cup, who would be your 2 finalists? And for the Shitty Bill, who would be your 2 finalists?
All right. Well, it would be stupid to go away from Sean. It would be stupid to go away from Sean. And Colin's tripping up, so I'm not too sure it's going to be Colin. I played well against Colin, so I think he can be beaten, and I think he's starting to have a little slump. But I'm not really sure. I don't think it'll be. I mean, I don't know. I'll say Dan. I'm not going to put myself in there, so I'm going to say Dan. I'm going to go Dan and Sean.
So if everybody was wondering what Dan and Sean is, so Providence Seabass against the Thunder Bay Pike. We have a fishing expedition en route. So if I had to choose one,
I'm also giving Providence way too much credit there, but that's just.
Hey, if Dan goes on a freaking tear and he did it last season and he freaking showed up everybody. So fuck him.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens. And as Shitty Bill, if you're not in there, I'd be shocked. You should be in the final of that Shitty Bill. And I don't know if Wolf ends up down in there, it should be you two in that final. But if Gopher ends up down there, he could be in there against you.
But the thing is that we're all in the same conference. We'd have to beat each other out to get to there.
So on the other side.
Other side. So my surprise factor would be, for some odd reason, I honestly think it's going to be Brandon Clint, so Autobahn.
Okay.
And it's going to be against Wolf. If Wolf falls out, it's going to be Wolf.
So you really think he's going to fall out? I'm not convinced he's going to fall out.
He's going to fall out. He's going to.
That's your prediction?
My prediction is Wolf is not making the playoffs.
Okay. Dude, it would make me laugh, but I hope.
Because there's only 2 playoff spots left.
Well, if you read my thing today, man, Richfield is a disappointment. I put no weight behind anything in Richfield right now. They can't do shit. They can't do anything.
But you know what the funny thing is? Hey, you know what the funny thing is? Blair's that type of player. He's just like Gaelic Gopher. You get the right mixture, and he's gonna fucking go on a tear.
Well, he better start getting that mixture together.
Well, did you look at his remaining schedule?
Yeah, I did actually. It's pretty favorable.
So if he needs 7 wins out of his last 10. Of his last 10, 8 of them are very winnable for him to do. And if he wins them, that knocks Wolf down 1 spot and knocks Gaelic Gopher into the Shitty Bill. And then there's still Coach Mike. And Coach Mike only needs 6 of his last 10 games to be wins. And then that knocks Wolf out.
Yeah, I don't count either of those guys out. I count more on Coach Mike, and shockingly than I do on Charlotte than I do on Richfield.
So to give you,
I'm so cold on Richfield. He's just let us all down. And I thought he had that division wrapped up, and Grand River comes out of nowhere.
Well, Grand River came out of nowhere, and so did the Sumter Trash.
Yeah, no, I give Sumter major credit for what they just did.
Pink, what you did,
unbelievable.
Pink, you put up those pink fingers and you shoved it right up the playoffs ass, and you said, "I'm coming to town."
It was great.
It was amazing, especially watching the box scores while I'd be like, "There's no way."
Love it.
So, given that, my finals prediction is going to be you against Sean.
Oh, jeez.
I want lockdown defense against high-powered offense.
That would be fun. It would be fun.
That's my prediction. If it's not Sean, it's LHX.
Yeah, he's fucking good too. Like I said, man, the top guys are so good. They're so good. Yeah, I give you guys major kudos. Sean, Raph, all these guys, Colin, everybody.
The funny thing is, if you look back at season 1, it was a free-for-all. Everybody kind of didn't really know anything. Season 2 kind of gave you a little bit more of an understanding of where we were going. Season 3 is just basically said, okay, these are the guys, and these are the guys, and these are the guys.
Yeah, but I still think that the part of this league is you can adjust and change your team, and you can contend. Like,
Look at Sumter.
Sumter,
Sumter went and traded fucking Pavel Bure away to go get Eric Lindros, and then he went and traded Ron Hextall and whatever else in a bag of pucks to get Patrick Roy. And next thing you know, I told him too when he made the trade. I said, Pink, you make that trade, you're a playoff team. He's just like, I don't know, and sure enough, right when he made that trade, he went on a fucking run.
Yeah, he did great. You know who else did great? The guy who got Hasek and Schneider off you. He turned his season around.
Yeah, luckily.
He absolutely turned his season around.
Yeah, fuck you, Vic.
Italy's done a great job, man. He had, as soon as he got, I'm telling you, I played him the other day. Hasek makes it really easy for him to roam and play defense.
Oh, well, that's the thing is for me. Why do you think I'm lucky? I'm sorry, G-Lock, man. Like, I don't know if I had a crystal ball or what, or I was tanking on purpose. But me to go get Curtis Joseph out of him and a conditional first, and that conditional first is gone now, so I get to keep my first round pick.
Yeah, I don't know any of that. I'm just saying that helped Vic. I mean, Vic was able to turn it. His season was looking like last season, and then all of a sudden he gets Gretzky, he gets Schneider, he gets Hash. He like flipped his roster too.
Yeah, there's a few. I like my team's completely different. I think Solani and Lindstrom are my only players that are left, and Doan, I drafted them, so.
Yeah, Doan's got a long career too.
Yeah.
Solani's around for another like 12 years.
13.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lindstrom's around for another 11, and Joseph's might be around for another 10, but there's some good goalies coming in the next 2-3 seasons, so we'll see from there.
Yeah,
So,
all you can do.
Next question for you. Who's your biggest rival and why?
Well, I mean, the biggest rival has to be Wolf, only because he's my next door neighbor, and I hate fucking playing him. So he's probably my biggest. That's the easy answer. I mean, of course, you and I have the
we have a history. We have a history now.
We have a history, of course. I don't know. I think it's gonna take. I think it takes a couple more years to form that, and that's why I'm always for like trying to find a home in a division and trying to plant those seeds and see how that grows. You know what I mean? Like that's why I always push to stay in one spot, because then we can actually form that rivalry.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing right now, is that I'm trying to aim for that in this season 4, is to have rivals built and also competition within the same skill set. And I know Unholy is very unlikely to get like this. So, but he just doesn't like the tiers. A lot of guys don't like tiered, but it does give some balance to the league to allow guys like Madier or Canstandia, which Canstandia, I've watched a few of his games. I've hosted a few of his games as well, and he's going to be dangerous if he can put a team together. And
I agree. He's improving.
Yeah, he is.
I expect to look and see him with as many points as he has at this point.
And in my all honesty, the biggest, if I had to say most improved team in the league, shout out to Surrey Hacks HC. Elias 8555, turnaround central from a guy who played 94 to come over to 95 and start improving the way he did. His last season was garbage. And
I didn't know he came over from 94.
He came over from 94. So there's some guys coming over to 94. They're probably here to just to drink the water, and hopefully we can turn it to Kool-Aid, and they're like, oh man, this stuff tastes great. This game is actually not too bad. Blah 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 blah. And we can go from there. But
is that what you guys are? Are they from 94?
Most of the guys. So Thickenness, I think that's how you pronounce it. Thickenness, our new guru of stats, because those fucking charts give me a hard on. Then Dan the Man, he's another one. Nui Husky, so that's Northern Illinois University Husky. So he's got the Sonoma Valley Barrels. Then there's Ekil, he's out in BC as well, and he's got the Vancouver Dump Stars.
Yes.
But Dan the Man's taking over Dinkelberg's team for the Shitty Bill. And basically his team's going to be called the Regina Experienced Reginas. So
yeah, you did a lot with all those banners. They look great.
So the one thing I would have to say, pay a little bit more attention to his logo.
I'm gonna. All right.
Right into that beam of light in the middle. Just think about it for a few seconds with the name of his team. But
yeah, I get it.
yeah, which I find is amazing. So, given what's going on in the league and the direction of the league's going, where are some areas you think we can improve?
I'm always just a stickler for speed on things. So, like, the draft drives me nuts, and I know it's all coordination, but I just think there's ways we can make that move more smooth. I mean, we all joined this league for a reason, and we all know the draft's going on, so it's not hard to check in for a half hour at some point and just make your pick. And I think there's ways we can narrow that down too. So stuff like that. I don't worry about too much. I just love playing when I can play. I hate exhibitions, but I'll play them once in a while. But I just like playing when it's stressful and my fucking hands are sweating. I prefer it that way.
Well, that's why you have to have a controller in one hand and your cock in the other. So it's just to let everybody know before we end this segment is that we do have a section now called OG Minis or 95 Minis. So we have a thing. Aftershock helped me with this. It's basically called a tourney bot. Everybody saw Turnybot coming in and leaving, coming in, whatever the fuck. He was in and out more than McCline inside of everything. So basically now on the left-hand side, you'll see the NHL mini tournament. It's got the chat, it's got the bracket, it's got the scores and matches, results, the administrator, and the log. So it's just discussions. And it shows you who's a part of it. And in the minis, it actually has it right at the top that we're doing a double elimination. 8 teams are registered, so we already can play this starting on the weekend. But this will keep track of all our stats, all the brackets, so there's no extra details to worry about other than playing.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. Great job with that.
So, McCline, thanks for your time, and hopefully that your Shithawks are going to lay a few turds on everybody along the way. The shit barometer is building up.
All right, man.
All right. So
I appreciate it all. Thanks for all your hard work. It's fucking fun as shit. So see everybody in the playoffs, hopefully.
All right. Have a good night, everyone, and get your games in. Einstein, get your fucking dick out of whatever it is and start playing your game. Stop playing whatever your League of Legends or whatever it is.
Exactly. Fuck yeah. Later, boys.
All right. Later.